So, when I was in the infantry, we were once tasked with guarding Patriot missiles on the Iraq border. And we had this quick reactionary force that would drive out and respond if somebody got too close to the perimeter of the Patriots. And we would frequently have these Bedouins herding their sheep through the desert, and they would constantly get too close, and we'd constantly have to go out there and turn them around. But the SOP, the rules of war, as we were issued them at the time, allowed us to take fire with live ammo if the perimeter was threatened. Now, obviously, we're not going to fire on a shepherd and his flock and his kid who happened to be with him. But had there been an AI following the rules of war in that spot instead of us, it would have executed its programming completely within the standard operating procedure. And it would have, in my mind, at least committed a war crime. And so, I think there absolutely needs to be a discussion, not just about, and I don't want to say how to regulate this. I mean, it absolutely needs to be regulated, understanding that our enemies are also working on the same thing at the same time. But how do we do it more quickly? Because I think that's where we're failing. We need to be able to have the bureaucracy move at the speed that the technology is advancing. Otherwise, we're just not going to have a legal framework to control this.
Well, you certainly don't want a kill drone deployed with no ability to stop it.
Yeah, and I don't know of any kill switch, to my knowledge, of any of the things that I've seen. Now, I'm sure the United States has a couple of AI stuff, the Loyal Wingman program. They have some 6th generation jets with some AI implementation. I guarantee the U.S. is very kill switchy, if you will. I mean, just knowing the military within them in there for 10 years. Yeah. Now, I don't know. I can't say that for China. I can't say that for Russia. Although I think Russia's a lot further behind places like the United States and Israel, and even Ukraine when it comes to AI and war. And that's simply because the sanctions have made it somewhat difficult to get their hands on some of these more advanced AI boards.
Oh, yeah. I mean, bad actors, they would only do it, I guess, for practical reasons where it couldn't be turned against them. But other than that, why would they care? As they say, oh, it's against the law to do or have X. Well, a criminal by definition, or your enemy by definition, why would they care? They would just do whatever it takes.
No, exactly. And, here's where it gets, I think, scary, is that this isn't confined to nation states. So I know we talked about the US and Ukraine and Russia, but there's the garage innovator, right? There's these teenagers who can have a 3D printer and a credit card, and they can put together an FPV drone with AI on board. And you can go buy a Jetson Orin module right now on Amazon for $500. It's these mercenary tech firms. It's the open source collective. Even US Special Operations Command has learned to shop at Best Buy when the bureaucratic machine can't deliver on time. So what we've really stumbled into is everybody now has the ability to create an AI kill machine if they really wanted to. And I mean, and the barrier to entry is not very high. So, you can have a guy build a drone to take out his ex-girlfriend who, cheated on him. This is something that I believe we'll see in the next 5 years somewhere in the US, is we're going to start to see sort of these domestic terrorist opportunities because the barrier is so low for this high technology.
Right. That's what I mean. Instead of a crazed gunman going in somewhere, you just send a drone in or a couple.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's scary stuff. And, it's everything's open source now. So this stuff doesn't have a top secret sticker attached to it. And DARPA, the U.S. military is not keeping it top secret. Anybody can go online right now. I mean, even ChatGPT will help you through it. It'll even talk you through it, how to take an NVIDIA Jetson Orin and put it into a drone. And then it's just up to you to get your hands on the payload or the explosive. And, it's absolutely scary. And, federal law enforcement, local law, like municipal law enforcement, these agencies, I promise you, are not even thinking about this. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be an alarmist. I'm not trying to come on here and scare your audience. I just think that we're entering a new era that is part of the AI conversation. It just goes far beyond the ChatGPT conversation.